So, April. I can't believe it's here already. Hey everyone, it's me, Scarlett, and I am here to talk about my April goals as well as how March went. If you watched my vlog that came out a couple of days ago, then you've probably already seen that I have achieved a lot of my goals, but I definitely have some stuff that I want to talk about for those, and then I can tell you all about the stuff that I'm setting out for April. I'm releasing this on April 2nd because today I just put my book up on pre-order, which I am so excited about. So if you are interested in Sleepless, I have put it up for pre-order and the link is down in the description box below. Plus, I am also offering ARC readers. I have never actually had an ARC team before, and this is something that I'm going to be venturing into. So if you are interested in being an ARC reader for Sleepless, then there is an application form below. There will be a limited amount of spots, and I am offering it up on my other social media as well as my newsletter and within like my Facebook groups and stuff like that. So I won't be able to take everybody that is going to apply, hopefully, assuming people apply. I've never done this before, but I am really excited about this. I'm hoping to get some really great ARC readers. If you don't know what an ARC reader is, it's an advanced reader copy, and basically you would get a free copy of the book in exchange for you to leave an honest review on hopefully one of the retailers as well as Goodreads or BookBub or something like that. So if you are interested in young adult paranormal with witches and all that kind of fun stuff, then maybe check it out. I do have the blurb and the cover and everything in the ARC reader application form, so you can click on the form, check it out. If it's not for you, then that's totally fine. But this book is coming out on May 13th. It was one of my goals to have it up on pre-order. I did set it up on pre-order on March 31st. I waited to put it on pre-order until April 2nd because I wanted to release the book in May. I know in my goals video last month, I talked about releasing the book in April, and that was something I was going to do, but I got my schedule for work. My year end for work is March 31st, so I'm kind of in the thick of it right now, but we're dealing with our year end and our audit, so I'm going to be quite busy over the next little while, and I actually knew that those last 2 weeks of April are going to be a total gong show. So it is possible that I'm not really going to get anything done, and I didn't want to be releasing a book when I just do not have time to promote it properly, and I didn't have time to, you know, talk it up or even just to revel in the day that is a release day. This book has been a long time coming, so I just want to enjoy it. So I've moved everything to May 13th for the release, which gives me lots of time, and if things go haywire at work, at least I have that buffer space in between. But I didn't want the pre-order to be way too long, so I didn't set it up until April 2nd, just before the weekend, so people can sign up and for the ARCs and all that kind of thing. ARCs will go out at the end of April, and then the release will be in May. So very excited about that. I did set it up in March 31st, so I'm gonna call it that I did get that goal finished for March, even though the pre-order announcement wasn't for today. I do have to set it up a couple of days before just because I wanted to make sure that all the links were set up. I figured Amazon would probably be fine, but sometimes Apple does take a couple of days, and because I am a wide author, I wanted to make sure it was available on all platforms when I did announce the big pre-order today. So yay, that's very exciting. The other two things I have to mention, well, I got lots to say in this video today. So the first one was my first super secret project. This project, actually, I mentioned this one second, but this is my second super secret project, was I put Keeper of Shadows in hardcover, which I'm really pumped about. I didn't know if I would be able to talk too much about it because I didn't know if I would have the cover ready to go, but my cover artist is amazing, and Najla Camber from Camber Designs, and so she created the cover. Obviously, it's not going to be any different from the paperback, but I did want to see what it looked like. I particularly picked this book. I don't know if I'm going to be doing it with all books going forward, but I just wanted to see, you know, if people are interested in it. I do struggle with the fact that, you know, it's hard enough to sell paperbacks, let alone find somebody who wants to spend a little bit more on a hardcover, but hey, I I did want to give it a shot. It is a laminate hardcover, not a dust cover, which is something that I do want to try some experimenting with, but I figured this is a one-off. We can do it as an experiment, see what happens, and then if I get into series later where I want to do this again, I definitely will. So it is very cool. You will see here's a paperback copy and here is my hardcover copy. The hardcover copy is a little bit bigger, so it's like regular and extra large, but it is really, really beautiful. It is a matte cover. I love the just tap of it. You can hear it, which is exciting. It's a nice thick cover, which hopefully you can see that. And then, yeah, it's just beautiful. I absolutely adore it. And then I do have a little teaser for Sleepless at the back, kind of the blurb and the cover and all that kind of stuff. So I'm hoping that this goes over well, but even if it doesn't, I got a copy of my hardcover and I love it. And it's out in the world now, and you can, it's an Amazon exclusive, so you can get it on Amazon. But it is very, very, very cool to have that. I've never had a hardcover for any of my books, so I am just pumped. Which leads me to my second super secret project. And this second project has been a long time in the making. I wanted to do this back in 2019, but I never got around to it. If you've watched my vlog video, you already know what I'm gonna say. I did want to do a separate video for this, but unfortunately, I kind of ran out of time. I'm already releasing 3 videos this week, so I didn't want to do that. However, I might do another video on how I decided to do what I did to create this, but I have a merch store. So if you have noticed my last few videos, I've kind of been like low-key flexing this stuff for the last little while. And it basically, if you are interested, one of the things you can get is this sweater. It's also offered in t-shirts and all that kind of stuff, but I liked the black sweater. This is the premium hoodie. So it does have a hood here. Very fun. And it says casting spells and writing stories, witchy writer, which I thought was really, really great, especially since I'm just putting out a witch book right now. One of the other samples that I have is really great. I write a lot of fairy tales, so I have writing my own happily ever after, which is really cute. This also comes in hoodies and t-shirts and stickers and mugs and all that stuff, as well as I wanted to do something that was more reader focused as well. So I did commission some artwork for this. I went back to the artist that did my little like Scarlett Kol cartoon character, and she created some characters for me. I said I wanted a reader and I wanted a writer. So she made this adorable little reader, and I've got book lover written on the bottom there. It's really cute. It's hard to see with that light there, yeah. So that one's super cute. I also had her make the characters slightly different as well. I had some different hair colors, as well as I do have a writer cartoon character, which I was really excited about. So I'll show some of those clips of those. And I am just so pumped at how everything turned out. So everything that I have obviously can be in t-shirts and hoodies and all that kind of stuff, as well as mugs and stickers. But the original reason I started doing it is because I wanted to have team t-shirts for my Faraway High series, which are definitely available online. So I also have some Scarlett Kol specific swag. I have some stuff that is really particular to some of the stuff that I do with my readers. And I do have a Faraway High like set of things, basically varsity t-shirts for the football team, as in falling we do see the Lions, which is the Faraway High Lions. And then the next book that I have for Faraway High is going to feature a different sport at Faraway High. So I wanted to do that, and that's kind of why it's coming up now before that book comes out, because I'm hoping that book is going to come out later this year. So super duper pumped about that. But I definitely have writing things for writers, because I have this YouTube channel and I talk mainly to writers, as well as I do have stuff for my reader base as well, because I love my readers and they're so fantastic. So I announced pretty much this on Wednesday on most of my channels, so people are already aware of it. If this is something that you're interested in, you do want to check it out, definitely check it out. I have the link for it below. It is a Teespring store. So if you're familiar with Teespring, if you go into each of the designs, the way I have my store set up is I have 4 designs with the same kind of print on them per line. However, if you click on any of them, you can get all of the options that are there. So even if it doesn't show in a sweater and that's something you're interested in, you can definitely just like click on anything with that design that you want, and it'll give you all the options of everything that you can get it in. So that is super duper cool. And because it is my launch month, I I created a coupon code so that anybody who wants will get 10% off their order. So the code is Lucky Launch. So if you are going to be placing an order or you want to tell somebody about this or somebody else is interested in it, use the code Lucky Launch, and that's going to be good for the next month. So I started on March 31st. It's going to be good till May 1st if you want to be placing an order. If you don't, that's cool, but it'd be awesome if you still checked out the store, and if you had any comments on it or any observations, that would be really, really great. So you can leave those in the comments below, and I would like to improve things as much as I possibly can. This is my first time getting into merch or any of that sort of merchandise. So any feedback that you have is totally, totally great. I did this as an author. I wasn't doing this as a writer. I got into the writer stuff just for myself because these are things that I wanted. Honestly, like the casting spells and writing stories, I love this sweatshirt. It's super soft. I have been wearing it constantly, and I think I want to order like more pieces in it as well. So I'm really excited about it. I have, yeah, as you can't tell, I'm super duper excited about the store. So definitely check it out. Even if you aren't interested in ordering, I would just really love to hear your feedback. I would like to add more styles to the store, but obviously I'm going to wait to see how things go before I start getting into that a little bit more intensely. The reason I kind of set it up too is it gives me, for the upcoming stuff that I want to do, gives me an outlet to do those things. I already have some designs for a series that I plan to announce hopefully in the fall. That'll probably come out at the beginning of next year if I get my butt in gear and get my writing done as I've scheduled it, as well as there's several different things that I have in my books that I would really like to do. Like in Sleepless, there is a tea shop in there. I would love to do something that's related to that tea shop. It's called Divinity, and I would really like to, you know, make a little bit of a logo and do something with that too. So it was basically an outlet for my readers if that's something that they were interested in, that they wanted to get stuff that was related to my books, because I love doing that sort of thing. I don't know if you've noticed, over my various videos, I have like the Break Bills University t-shirt from The Magicians. I have the Spellman Mortuary t-shirt from Sabrina, and all of those sorts of things. I love that kind of stuff. So if there were people out there that love that kind of stuff too, at least I was offering that to them. So it was initially for them, but then I kind of went a little crazy. So if you are into writer gear, it's definitely there. If you're into reader gear, it's there as well. And if you are a fan of my books, then that stuff's there as well. So yes, that is my super secret project. That's my pitch for it. I wanted to do a separate video. Maybe I'll talk about how I decided to do my merch later and all the decisions that I had to make to do it. But for right now, I've announced the project. It got done in March. It got announced March 31st. Totally like right under the wire, but I did finish in March, so I'm super proud of myself. The next ones are really easy to go through. So my next I had to write them all down. I had so many goals in March. So my next one was the Mistletoe Mistake. I wanted to have the Mistletoe Mistake up on Amazon, so I had to format that and get it up. I got that up probably, I think, about the 13th of March, so that is done. Thank you so much for anybody out there who's reading it. The next thing I was doing was a Bookstagram Reels challenge. So for that, I was supposed to be posting Reels every single day. This is something started by KM Robinson, who is just fantastic. If you need to know more about social media, you definitely need to check her out here on YouTube. And she did this Reels challenge for Bookstagrammers and authors. And basically she was teaching you various different things you could do for Reels. So the day before, she would kind of give a tutorial on what you're supposed to do. And then the next day you would create that video and post it. Unfortunately, there wasn't a lot of participation, so it only lasted about a week, but I did participate for the entire time that it happened. So I am gonna call it a win. However, there was like 3 weeks of content that I didn't do because the challenge ended early. So I'm gonna say, yay, I got that one accomplished. My TikTok live, I did not do a TikTok live in March. A lot of that was just because I was really busy with everything else and I didn't really have anything to say. I also decided to wait a little bit because I know I'm going to be promoting this book that's coming out on May 13th. So I figured if I'm going to do it, maybe I'll do it in April, because April's gonna be a little bit of a slower month, as you're gonna see, kind of. So this way I can promote the book a little bit, talk about the book, and have more things to say rather than just be this harried writer that's like hair all up and no makeup and just like freaking out. So I'm sure that's not very entertaining for people on TikTok. So at least this way I will be able to talk about something and be a little bit more interesting. So didn't get that done. The next thing is I wanted to have an extra video for YouTube to be able to slip that in whenever I'm having a busy week. I did get it filmed. I did not get it edited. So kind of a half win. And now that I'm looking at it, I probably am going to end up using this video in April because I am going to be super busy with work. I did kind of half do that. So I still need to have a buffer video that I can film and just hold on to for those weeks when I'm super busy and don't have time to put content out. Okay, and then the last one is that I wanted to outline and start Fierce. So I started the outline, and I haven't actually started writing, but I have started the outline. So yet again, kind of half. I'm not as far on it as I'd like, but I'm hoping to be able to put everything to bed for Sleepless early, so then that way all I can do is focus on Fierce and focus on the release, which brings me to my April goals. And that's basically what my April goals are. I'm going to be crazy busy at work, like I've said, for the 10th time in this video. So I really don't know what I'm going to get accomplished. I have tax returns to do for family that I have to finish before April 30th. They shouldn't be too long. I'm thinking it's probably gonna be maybe a weekend in there where I'm gonna need to get that stuff done. So I have 2 goals. That's it. 2 goals for April. One is to finish outlining Fierce and get at least 10,000 words of that in there. 10,000 is pretty light. I'm actually really hoping that I like totally kill this goal, but I also know that when I get super busy that I just might not have that time to write that I'm really hoping for. Plus, with my release for this book, I don't know how much time that's going to take me because I'm doing a very, very different release than I have with any of my prior books. And I've already started talking about this in my vlog. So if you are interested in why I made the changes to my release plan than I've done in the past, I'm definitely talking about that in my vlog. I've already filmed that stuff because I got on top of it in the first couple of days. So if you are interested, check that out at the end of April because I'm going to talk about that in depth in my vlog. So Fierce, outlined, 10,000 words, for sure, gotta happen. Number 2, my release plan. So I have a plan that I've created of all the things that I want to do for my release. That's going to include getting ARC readers, getting those ARCs sent out, make sure everything's set up. I'm doing paperback pre-order for the first time. So making sure all of that stuff is going okay, making sure that I get up all of my posts that I want to do for my Instagram, for my TikTok, for my Facebook, all of that kind of stuff. So I will probably be doing a video on my release plan and how I made that release plan coming up probably in April. Maybe I'll release it in May once the book actually comes out. I haven't totally decided where I'm going to slot that in yet. But yeah, it's going to be pretty busy for that. So hopefully I can get in front of that before I get crazy at work. And if not, then at least I can be focusing on just that release plan and just getting some words in. So that's it. That is all for April. Complete my release plan as well, complete it and make sure that I'm doing all the things that I had slotted into my release plan, and 2, outline Fierce, 10,000 words. March was a busy month. April's going to be getting my head down and focusing on stuff. But when we come back to everything in May, there's going to be a brand new book coming out. It's going to be very, very exciting. And I'm going to have some really cool things coming up. So thank you so much for joining me today. Do you have any goals for April, and what are you working on? If you are a subscriber to my channel, thank you so much for coming back. And if you are not a subscriber, make sure you're hitting that subscription bar and the notification bell. While you're down there, make sure you're hitting a thumbs up as well to let YouTube know that my content is something worth watching. Thank you so much for joining me today, and you guys have a great week.